Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we'll see how to sort text in a cell of the Excel worksheet using VBA macros. So we're going to work with two scenarios. On the left we have a few words separated by space, and on the right we have a different scenario where the words are actually separated by a line break. So we're going to see how to do that. Let's go to the Visual Basic Editor, and I have the same data here. And there are different reasons we will have the data in a cell. It depends on how we imported the data. It happens sometimes when we scrape the data from the web, and that's actually what happened to me. I have here some categories and keywords for each of the categories extracted from the web, and the list of keywords is within one cell, and it can be you have copy pasted everything in one cell as well. As we've seen in the previous video, we can split the text into columns with this Excel functionality. I'm going to leave the link up here, but now it doesn't really make sense to put it into columns. We're going to count the number of words and we're going to sort them alphabetically, and we may want to put them into different rows. So for example, this list of fruits here, we may want to put it each on a different cell. So let's move to the Visual Basic Editor and see how to do some of those things. So first we're going to declare a word as a variant and the cell words as a variant as well, because we're going to loop through each word in the cell. Then cell words is going to be an array that we're going to create with a split of whatever is in the active cell, which is separated by a space. And this applies to the first scenario where we have words separated by a space. But if the text is separated by any other character, you can just replace the character here. Now you can count the number of words as the upper bound of the array plus 1, because the lower bound is 0. But we are not going to need that for now. Then we're going to start a loop for each word in cell words. And here we will add each word to a string variable that I'm going to declare as sorted words as a string. And we're going to use a move word temporary variable as well. So if in string sorted words comma word is 0, so it has not yet been added to the sorted words, then we're going to check if the uppercase of the word is lower than the uppercase of the temporary move word variable, and in that case the move word becomes that word. And this is going to loop through each word, so it will place the words alphabetically into sorted words. But the first time move word is going to be empty, so we have to add move word equals empty, or word is lower than the move word. And then after the loop, we are going to add that word to sorted words. So sorted words is going to be whatever we have in sorted words, and move word, and we're going to add a space. But we need to put all this in another loop to go through each of the words. So the first time this runs, it will pick one word which is alphabetically on the first place, and it will add it to sorted words. So we need to repeat that operation for each word in the cell. And for that reason, I'm going to start a do loop here. I'm going to set move word to nothing each time. And then we're going to loop until the length of sorted words is greater or equal to the length of the active cell. Now finally we can add the result to the active cell, so replacing the list of words with the sorted list. But to see the difference, I'm going to add it to 2 cells to the right. So that's going to be trim of sorted words to get rid of the trailing spaces. Now let's select this cell and run the macro and see how it works. Now we see we have each word of the list in alphabetic order. Now what happens in the second scenario? We need to tweak a couple of things in the code. First of all, if you just want to change this vertical list to a horizontal type of list, you can use replace, and that would be something like this. We would replace the line break or line feed by a space. And then we could add horizontal list to the active cell. Or we could say active cell.value equals to this. But we do not want to do that. We just want to sort the list and keep the same format. The vertical format is fine. Then we need to replace here the character. Instead of a space, we're going to put the line break or line feed. And then every time we add a word to the sorted words, we're going to add also a line break with cartridge return line feed. But to get to the last word, we rather put this here. If sorted words is different than nothing, and else we have sorted words equal move word. And that happens the first time we add a word. So let's select this cell and run the macro now. As you see, we have sorted the list alphabetically and we keep the list in vertical position. There are some other ways to do that, and probably the most common is sorting the elements within an array. And there are a lot of posts and videos about that on YouTube, so I didn't want to repeat that method. While this method is putting the sorted list into a string variable. Now, if we want to separate each element either in this scenario or this scenario into a range, each on a different row, we just need to split the text as we did before. So I'm going to copy this line and then create a similar loop for each word in cell words, and having a row index increment, adding that, for example, in column, let's do it for the list of fruits here. So that's column F, and we will start in row 4. So F and R plus 3 is going to be 4 the first time, and the value is going to be the word. Now if I run this, we get each of the elements or each of the fruits in this list in a separate line, in a separate row, in the same column. So that's how we sort text in a single cell in the Excel worksheet using VBA macros. Thanks for watching.